Welcome to our special report. Today, we're taking you on an unprecedented journey to the Canadian Arctic in 2025. Forget everything you thought you knew. This isn't just a story about ice and polar bears. It's a story of rapid transformation, geopolitical chess, and a cultural renaissance that's reshaping the top of the world. For centuries, this vast frozen expanse was seen as an impenetrable fortress of nature. But now, the landscape is changing at a breathtaking pace, opening up new opportunities and unprecedented challenges. We're broadcasting live from Cambridge Bay, Nunavut, a community at the heart of this great shift. Look around me. Just a decade ago, this waterway would have been locked in ice for most of the year. Today, in mid-2025, the Northwest Passage is more accessible than ever before. This isn't a future prediction. It's our current reality. The melting ice, a direct consequence of our warming planet, has unlocked a maritime superhighway, potentially cutting shipping times between Europe and Asia by weeks. This newfound accessibility has turned the Arctic from a remote wilderness into a global hotspot. We're seeing a surge in international interest. Shipping conglomerates, resource extraction companies, and even tourist cruises are all vying for a piece of the Arctic pie. This year alone, commercial shipping traffic through the passage has increased by nearly 30%. But this boom comes with a price. The risk of oil spills, the disruption of fragile marine ecosystems, and the sheer volume of new human activity are sources of deep concern for both environmentalists and the people who call this place home. The Canadian government is stepping up its game in response. We're witnessing a historic investment in Arctic sovereignty and infrastructure. Here in Cambridge Bay, the Canadian High Arctic Research Station, or CHARS, has become a world-leading hub for polar science. Scientists here are working around the clock, using cutting-edge technology to monitor ice thickness, track wildlife migration, and understand the complex feedback loops of climate change. Their data is crucial, not just for Canada, but for the entire world, as what happens in the Arctic doesn't stay in the Arctic. The melting glaciers here directly impact sea levels in coastal cities thousands of miles away. Beyond science, there's a significant military and Coast Guard expansion. Just this morning, we witnessed the HMC's Harry Dulf, one of Canada's new Arctic and offshore patrol ships, conducting exercises in the Strait. These vessels are designed to operate in these challenging, icy waters year-round. Their mission is twofold: to assert Canadian sovereignty in a region attracting more international players, and to provide critical search and rescue capabilities in an increasingly busy waterway. The Royal Canadian Air Force has also upgraded its northern airfields and increased surveillance flights, keeping a watchful eye on the vast territory. It's a delicate balancing act, projecting strength without escalating tensions with other Arctic nations like Russia and the United States, who are also bolstering their presence. But the most important story unfolding here is the human one. The Inuit, who have inhabited these lands for millennia, are at the forefront of this new era. For them, climate change isn't an abstract concept. It's a daily reality that affects their ability to hunt, travel on the ice, and maintain their cultural practices. Traditional hunting routes that have been used for generations are becoming unsafe, and animal populations are shifting in unpredictable ways. Yet, this is also a story of incredible resilience and innovation. We spent the day with local hunters who are now using a combination of ancient knowledge and modern technology, like GPS and satellite phones, to navigate the changing landscape safely. Inuit leaders are not just passive observers. They are active participants in shaping the future of their homeland. Through land claim agreements, they have co-management rights over vast territories. They are on the boards of research institutions, they are advising government policy, and they are launching their own businesses to capitalize on the new economic opportunities, from sustainable tourism to fisheries. A major focus of 2025 is economic self-determination. For too long, the North has been reliant on the South. Now, there's a powerful movement to build a more diversified and resilient local economy. We're seeing the development of high-speed internet infrastructure connecting remote communities, opening doors to online education, telemedicine, and e-commerce. Young entrepreneurs are starting businesses that celebrate and market Inuit culture globally, from fashion and art to unique culinary experiences. It's about creating jobs and prosperity right here on their own terms. One of the biggest infrastructure projects underway is the Grays Bay Road and Port Project. If completed, it would be the first deep-water port on the central Arctic coast connected to a road network reaching southern Canada. Proponents say it will unlock the region's immense mineral wealth and drastically lower the cost of living by making it cheaper to bring in goods. However, the project is also controversial, with ongoing environmental assessments and consultations to ensure the traditional way of life and the caribou herds are protected. It's a perfect example of the complex trade-offs facing the New North: development versus conservation. The cultural revival is palpable. In communities across Nunavut, the Inuktitut language is being revitalized. Schools are embracing land-based learning programs where elders teach traditional skills to the next generation. We attended a community feast last night, filled with throat singing, drum dancing, and storytelling. There is a fierce pride here, a determination to ensure that as the world rushes in, the ancient culture of the Inuit not only survives, but thrives. They see themselves not as victims of change, but as guardians of the Arctic and innovators of its future. So, as we look across this stunning, evolving landscape in 2025, the picture is complex. The Canadian Arctic is a frontier of climate change, a chessboard of global geopolitics, a hub of scientific discovery, and a cradle of cultural resilience. The challenges are immense, from environmental threats to social pressures. But the spirit of optimism and determination is even greater. The story of the Arctic is no longer written in ice, but in the bold actions and enduring spirit of its people. The world is watching, and the Canadian Arctic is ready to lead the way. Thank you for joining us on this journey to the top of the world. The future of the Arctic is the future of our planet, and it's unfolding right now. If you found this report informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth stories from around the globe. We'll see you next time.